Around the world, game one, night one for the combatants 207 days ago in Toronto.
And it is showtime. We embark on the 2017 season. Trevor Harris. Now, a year ago, he didn't get that first start until week 2, but it's his show from day one here in Ottawa as he looks to continue to make his mark on the Red Blacks offense. Of course, Bo Levi Mitchell, all he does is win, win, win no matter what, except that one big game. He's looking for a little bit of payback right here.
Last year's most outstanding player. There's the coach of the year last year, Dave Dickinson, who told us yesterday they do have a bitter taste in their mouth. It is a season of redemption for the Stampeders. It is a season of reclamation for the Ottawa REDBLACKS as they look to defend their championship. We are 155 days away from the Grey Cup game to be held in this very stadium. Full house here tonight. What a great way to get it started. Rene Paredes, the Stamps, and the champs. Josh Stangby, first touch as a CFL player. Stangby, who played in Ottawa in university, but Ottawa in Kansas, has the return, and here comes Trevor Harris. He has the keys to the car now.
He sure does. Trevor Harris with statistically a remarkable 2016 season, had tremendous chemistry. Now, a couple of the guys with whom he had that chemistry have moved on, and Chris Williams and Ernest Jackson. We'll see how things click with a new group of receivers.
Stay behind the white.
REDBLACKS first possession from their 30-yard line. Back with the REDBLACKS is William Powell. Missed all of last season after being injured in the preseason with a torn Achilles. They'd like to get a lot out of William Powell, who was sensational before he left with injury.
Well, he sure was, and you see this offensive skill group getting Powell back, a big addition. Couple other new faces in the mix, former Argonauts Kenny Shaw and Deontay Spencer in at receiver. Here's that offensive line. Watch it, right tackle for the reigning East Division top rookie, Jason Lauzon-Seguin.
Second down conversion. Harris back to pass, and it's complete. And there's a whistle. One of the newcomers from the Toronto Argonauts, Deontay Spencer, his first catch as a REDBLACK, will be short of a first down.
Well, we'll see right here. He gets tripped up, and as soon as that elbow touches down, you can see the right forearm and elbow touch. He's down. Anything other than your hands or feet touching the turf rolls you down.
Crowd reacts watching on the big screen. Brett Maher, former REDBLACK, was with Hamilton last year, returns to Ottawa. This is off the side of his foot. Bounces near the 30. Roy Finch, a former REDBLACK, watches it bounce at the 20. Last year's MOP. Guy on a mission, Bo Levi Mitchell.
Well, certainly motivated. You see last year's record, 15-1-1 for Bo Levi Mitchell. It's the one that doesn't show up there, that loss in the Grey Cup that has fueled his offseason. We know this guy's a workaholic at the best of times. He took it to a new level, getting ready for 2017.
Took it to a new level, Dwayne, but did not see a lot of action in preseason, during practice, during the games. Took a little different tack this time around. Wanted to be fresh for the new season. First down from the 19. Here comes the rush. There goes the football. First pass of 2017 complete to Markway McDaniel. And a big gainer for McDaniel, who coincidentally left out of the CFL on TSN's top 50 once again. This guy is pure dependable, however.
Well, he sure is dependable and productive, quite frankly. I mean, this is the Calgary Stampeders picking up right where they left off. Bo Levi Mitchell to Markway McDaniel, his favorite target.
1,000-yard season last year again for McDaniel. First down after a 26-yard gain. Hands it off to the big tractor, Jerome Messam. Has a couple of yards on the play.
And this is such a deep group. One of the great revelations for the Calgary Stampeders in training camp is the play of their young Canadian receivers. Lamar Durant, a second-round pick a couple years ago. Juwan Brescison second-round pick last season. We'll see lots of both of those guys. We've seen their depth tested again on the offensive line. It'll be the international Cumbre Williams getting the start at center here tonight.
Which is a rarity. 2nd and 7. And looked like an interference call. It is. McDaniel draws the flag. And it was Amon Claiborne, DB, who is the guilty party here. This will make it a first down.
Pass interference, Ottawa, number 19. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Kim
Calgary.
Murphy, our referee tonight.
Not much to protest here from an Ottawa point of view. You see the contact coming over the back from Claiborne.
Claiborne, one of the players filling in for a number of departures in the secondary for Ottawa. Into red-black territory from the 52. Bow. Batted down. Knocked down. Jarrell Gavins was coming. The blitz was on.
You get a look at this Ottawa defensive line featuring the 3 Canadians, Evans, Williams, and Gascon-Nadon up front. Changes in the linebacking core. Khalil Bass came over from Winnipeg via free agency. He replaces Damaso Munoz. A.J. Jefferson signed as a free agent from the Toronto Argonauts. He's at the field corner tonight.
2nd and 10. Mitchell with time. Over the top. Catch is made. But Kamar Jordan will be short of a first down. This will bring out the Stamps kick team. And it will be Rob Maver who will come out, their punter, so they will not attempt a field goal for Paredes, and they will punt it away. Rob Maver, by the way, one of the leaders last year in the CFL, kicking inside that coffin corner inside the 10-yard line.
Well, and that's what this is all about for the Calgary Stampeders. The decision here is about field position, taking that edge early in the ballgame.
Deontay Spencer is back, along with Stangby. There's Josh Stangby again, and he's met by a Stampeder wall at the 20. Life AB in Ottawa after Burris. It's all about Trevor Harris now. Back to business when we come back on Friday Night Football.
This is your football family right here. And this is our house right here. So we establish the house rules of what happens around here. Your family has your back. So play to win, play to make plays, and away we go. Football's a game about making plays. We make more plays than them, we win the game. That's all it is. It's got to be fast, it's got to be smart, and we got to go out of this door coming out swinging. We all good? Yes, sir. Let's do it. Here we go, man. Here we go.
The pipe. William Powell, his biggest gain in well over a year. William Powell hungry like a wolf.
This is a play that's got to make you smile when you're an Ottawa REDBLACKS fan. The explosiveness is what makes William Powell so unique. Great job by the interior of that offensive line. John Gott and Nolan McMillan with the key blocks at the point of attack.
From the 35. Boundary side. First catch of 2017 for another dependable target, one of the Fab Four from the last couple of seasons. They lost, of course, Ernest Jackson and Chris Williams. Greg Ellingson makes the catch.
All right, here we get a look at the Calgary defense. Charleston Hughes, of course, the leader of this group. Keep an eye on Jagarrett Davis rushing off that other edge. 7 sacks last season. He's in for Cordero Law. Rebuilt linebacking core, but Alex Singleton remains the man in the middle. They'll miss Deron Mayo to start this season. Some injuries in the secondary as well. Smith and Campbell out of the lineup.
So short yardage on second down brings out newcomer Ryan Lindley from San Diego State. So some confusion on field level. Rick Campbell shouting out to the officiating crew. They felt the ball had been moved. And it's a little more than it looked at first. It looked like it was 2nd and a yard. It's more like 2nd and 2. So Trevor Harris returns. Pistol formation with Powell. And a whistle. Play does not get off.
Procedure, Ottawa, number 63. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
That's CFL All-Star John Gott, their center. So now a passing down for Harris and company.
And Gott looks a little bewildered by the call. He was just passing the official as the call was announced. He did classic double take.
5 receivers set. Powell slips out. Harris over the top. And complete as he took a shot. Charleston Hughes in on him. So after all that, the advancement of the ball and close to another 1st down. The Red Blacks will have to boot this away.
And you see Charleston Hughes lines up inside. He's in that B gap between guard and tackle on the offensive left side.
Brett Maher just got that away. Close to being blocked. What a kick. Here's Roy Finch, sidesteps one, hurdles another, and Finch brings it up near the 30-yard line. What a season last year for the ages for Bo Levi Mitchell. Would give it all up for one last shot at the cup again. The Bo Show 2017 continues in a moment. Earlier in the pregame, but great night on the banks of the Rideau Canal, TD Place Stadium. Calgary Stampeders' 2nd possession, 1st quarter scoreless. Rematch of the CFL finalists from last November. Jerome Messam wrapped up, brought down, and up and chirping right away.
Well, Bo Levi Mitchell, the CFL's most outstanding player in 2016, and here's why. The win-loss record just tops it off. Terrific numbers across the board. 11 300-yard games, 32 touchdown passes versus just 8 interceptions.
Best record winning percentage all time. CFL starting quarterbacks. That says it all. Flips it out to Messam this time with some space. Fumbled the ball, and Ottawa has it. The strip of Jerome Messam. The hit by Jarrell Gavins. Red Blacks force the turnover. Very often, sure-handed Jerome Messam carves his way after this little screen pass from Bo Levi Mitchell.
Yeah, a guy who's earned his reputation as a reliable workhorse taking care of the football, but Jarrell Gavins puts his hat right on the rock here as Messam attempts to spin move, and you can see it's out of there, and because it's a screen pass, all the Stampeder guys had just trying to get like you, blockers back at the line of scrimmage, blockers downfield, and only Ottawa players in between to recover.
They ran a play while we were away, and this is almost picked off. Premature play during the break. Brad Sinopoli had a pickup for a couple yards, so this is 3rd down now. 6.5 to go, and Brett Maher will come out and try to put the Red Blacks on the board here.
Well, double slants, but the timing's a little bit off to Harris behind Ellickson with that throw that very nearly results in an interception.
Maher from the 39. The kick is up. Welcome back to Ottawa, Brett Maher. Where it all began for him, north of the border. Puts it through, and the defending Grey Cup champions strike first. Blacks captured that Grey Cup for Zach Evans. It was his 2nd, one with Saskatchewan and one with Ottawa. Here's Matthew Chenetti.
Absolutely, Rod, and the emotions in the 2nd one are quite powerful for Zach Evans. Now go back to BMO Field, and their notoriously very picky ground crew staff actually told Zach Evans when he was lying on the turf to get off the field. Evans told them, "You're not going to ruin my moment." And then during the offseason, his day with the cup, and one of the few days the Rideau Canal was actually frozen over well enough so it could be skated on. Zach Evans and his family took it around the Rideau Canal, drank some hot chocolate out of it, and had a notoriously good time. But that's really the disposition of Zach Evans. He loves football, he loves the game, and he's falling in love with Ottawa. Rod?
Oh, they love him here, and what a character. One of the most colorful guys in the game, and what a great sight. That cup on the canal. Bo Levi Mitchell down 3-zip early on here. Once again, McDaniel hanging on in the ball hawks for the Red Blacks. There's Nick Taylor. Moves into the linebacker's spot this season. There's Zach Evans. He's just a pleasure to talk to.
Well, it doesn't get any more Canadian than Zach Evans, and really doesn't get any more CFL. This is a Regina native, former Saskatchewan Roughrider. Spent his first offseason of his career here in Ottawa. Loved it, as you saw. I mean, does it get more Canadian than hot chocolate out of the cup on the Rideau Canal?
No, it does not. First down, Stampeders from their 45. Red Blacks rush 4. Mitchell with time, flag down. And up near the midfield mark is last year's Rookie of the Year, Tavares Daniels. Pickup of 10, but let's see what the penalty's about. Looks like it's going against the Stampeders.
Procedure, no win. Calgary. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Don't you have a feeling that Zach Evans, when he turns like about 70 or 80, will be the world's oldest teenager? He's just like a little boy who just loves playing the game.
As it should be. That enjoyment shows through in Zach's case, that's for sure.
Loves his kid, loves his family, loves the Red Blacks, and loved winning the Grey Cup. First and 15 after the procedure call. Bo again. Messon now hanging on to the rock. Just past the initial line of scrimmage. Picked up 7. I would think that ball might be Velcro to Jerome Messon for the rest of the night.
Here you see big Zach Evans working the twist. On the inside, he's the penetrator. First man in on the twist, trying to hold up 2 blockers there to allow his teammate to come around and supply some pressure.
4.5 to go, first quarter. Zipping it in. Daniel can't hang on. Free safety, Antoine Pruneau. Bearing down on McDaniel and the football.
Antoine Pruneau moved to free safety late last season. You saw him helping out there on the deep crossing route. Guy who started off his career, spent his first 2.5 years in the CFL primarily playing as a nickel or strong side linebacker for Ottawa. It shows his versatility, moving back to free safety last year.
Looks like Dave Dickinson may throw his first challenge flag of the new season. Thinking that might have been defensive pass interference. Pruneau was pretty close to McDaniel. McDaniel kind of wanted the
Calgary is challenging
Stamps to make the call.
For pass interference on their number 16. We'll review the play.
CFL command will take this. Take a look. They even look up at the big screen here, and here's your look, Dwayne Ford.
Yeah, keep an eye on the free safety here, Antoine Pruneau. He's going to move left and then come back left to right as he picks up the crosser, Marquay McDaniel. Ball in the air. And it looked to me like he came over cleanly there, like he managed to avoid contact.
Now, he did make contact a little early with his arm in the route, but really not to disrupt McDaniel at the point of the connection here. Here is the call from CFL command.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. There's no pass interference. Calgary is charged 1 team timeout and loses the challenge.
Doesn't get a whole lot closer, but that to me is a good call. You know, as a guy, we talked about his versatility, changing positions. He was an all-star at 3 different positions in 3 separate seasons during his career with the Montreal Carabins.
Rob Maver lifts one down to the 20 where Stangby brings it to the 30 and corralled there near the 35-yard line. Dave Dickinson has lost a challenge in this game and a timeout, but he was fired up before this one.
It's about us. We take care of our business. We run our defenses full speed. We run our blitzes full speed. We hit them in the mouth full speed. We go downfield full speed. It's about you guys. It's about what we do. You try to stop us. You try to block us. And that's Stampeder football. Enjoy the party, guys, because it's going to be a fun year.
Reception made by Stangby from Trevor Harris. 26-year-old, spent some time in the NFL in practice rosters with the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. Native of California. Red Blacks had some holes to fill in their receiving core in the offseason because of free agency. Stangby, one of those guys who was able to stay on through training camp. And there goes William Powell once more. Alex Singleton brings him down. If you're an Ottawa Red Black follower, you know it has been very tough to have a guy at the running back position for more than a few games.
Yeah, it's been the jinx position for this team. They had a great run with William Powell at the end of the 2015 season. We're looking forward to having him from the get-go last year. As you mentioned earlier, hurt in training camp, missed the entire season.
Play action this time. There's Patrick Lavoie.
This is where it's so important to have a guy like William Powell in your lineup. When we talk about the need to establish the run, it's about letting your offensive linemen get in a physical mindset, but also because it opens up opportunities like that off of play action, because you force the other team to respect that run fake.
Second and short yardage. Harris, pocket closes, and there goes Brad Sinopoli inside the 30-yard line. Second catch of the season for the 1,000-yard man. Played his college ball right here in Ottawa as the quarterback. A former Heck Crichton winner and has made a great career as a receiver, has he not?
Well, he certainly has. I look back at that 2011 draft. There was a draft where receivers were talked about a whole lot. 4 of them picked in the first round that year. Brad Sinopoli, picked in round 4 as a quarterback, has turned out to be the most productive among them.
There's Stangby with a flag down. The irony of it all is Bo Levi Mitchell was on the roster of the Calgary Stampeders, made Sinopoli expendable. He comes back, becomes a receiver with the Stampeders, and he wins a Grey Cup ring as well in Calgary.
Yeah, I'd say things have worked out pretty well for all parties involved.
Yes,
there.
I would say so.
Both with a pretty good collection of hardware on the trophy shelf.
Offside, Calgary, number 35. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Sinopoli's just a phenom, a tremendous athlete. There's Shaquille Richardson, newcomer to the linebacking core. Former Pittsburgh Steeler. First down and 5. Play action. Harris decides to carry it himself, and he gets to the first down marker and beyond. Looks like they'll move the sticks into the red zone inside that 20-yard line.
Well, you'll see here the timing appeared to be a little bit off. Trevor Harris, as he looked for play action there off the fake to William Powell, didn't like what he saw downfield and just tucked it.
Minute to go, first quarter. Red Blacks looking to extend their lead here. Harris sends Lavoie in motion. Quick hitter. And a pile-up rugby scrum down near the 10-yard line. And a little angst. Lavoie has the football. Two teams that met twice in the regular season a year ago. There's Josh Bell in the middle of it. One game a tie, one a win for the Stamps, and then of course the Grey Cup game in overtime, won by the Red Blacks. Could be the final play of this opening frame. 2nd and 4. Harris look end zone. Once again finds Lavoie. And it's a first down. Guy who did not get used a whole lot last year, Patrick Lavoie, out of that fullback position, former Vanier Cup champion in Laval. Puts the Red Blacks close to the end zone. 1 quarter complete. The rematch of the Grey Cup game, and the Red Blacks have a 3-point lead on Friday Night Football. Marching as we begin this 2nd quarter. There are the numbers so far, just 3 points on the board. Remember last year in the Grey Cup game, Ottawa got out to a 20-point lead, then had to hang on and won it in overtime. And already, Dwayne, we've seen something a little different. Obviously Trevor Harris at the helm, but also the utilization of Patrick Lavoie.
Yeah, well, this is one of the neat things with a guy like Patrick Lavoie. When you talk about CFL teams, whether you're looking offensively or defensively, you want to have the ability to give multiple looks using the same personnel. Patrick Lavoie is a guy who possesses the versatility to do that. He's listed as a fullback, but you can line him up in the backfield. You can line him up at tight end. He's a guy you can put in the slot and have him run routes. It goes back to the things he did in his days in college at Laval, and he's done a terrific job here catching passes out of the slot.
9th play of this drive, 1st and goal. Harris to Powell. Touchdown, Ottawa. Sweet must that feel for William Powell. Lost all of last season because of injury. First game back, couple of touches already, and a touchdown.
William Powell having such a huge impact on the early going in this football game. You see once again how they set it up. A little bit of play action, just sneak Powell undetected out of the backfield. Alex Singleton, the middle linebacker, late trying to catch up to him.
Red Blacks are going to go for 2 here. Confusion. Harris drops it. Now throws it. And it works out to Greg Ellingson. I'd say that's a red-black bounce.
Well, sometimes you got to be lucky to be good. And we go back to this touchdown to William Powell. Again, off play action, bring a slot back sweep look. Powell sneaks through the line of scrimmage late and gets lost in a little bit of traffic. He was hard to detect getting out on that flat route. Just an easy dump off for Trevor Harris to his running back.
Last touchdown for William Powell was 2015 in the playoffs for the Ottawa Red Blacks. Had 3 touchdowns on the ground in 2015. 2 in the air. And as mentioned, tore that Achilles in the preseason last year. Missed all of 2016, watched his teammates celebrate a Grey Cup win, and I know he celebrated as well, but wanted to be a part of it. 11-0. Roy Finch. Helmets collide down there, 32-yard line. The starting point this time for the Calgary Stampeders, trying to protect the football and get some offensive momentum. We're not used to seeing this Stampeder team. And again, it's early in the new season, but when last we saw them, they moved the ball on everybody at will.
Well, they certainly did, but it's unique. We talked during the preseason, Rod, about, first of all, how short a preseason it is, and the Stampeders played their 2 games quickly. They've had 11 days off leading up to this one. Dave Dickinson mentioned that he felt this practice week, because it was so long, seemed like they were almost a little flat as it approached the end of the week.
Said they looked restless, and Messam. Arnaud Gascon-Nadon in on the tackle, a 4-yard pickup from last year's most outstanding Canadian. You know, the Stampeders kind of did what the Red Blacks did the year before. The Red Blacks kind of swept all of the individual awards, didn't win the big game. The Stampeders did that last year and could not win the big game. McDaniel, short of a first down again. Dave Dickinson's looking over at that yardstick. He's going to put his punt team out, but he's calling them back. It's 3rd and about a half yard. So Andrew Buckley, the backup quarterback from Calgary, will come in short yardage. When last we saw him in November, inability to get into the end zone.
Yeah, part of one of the big plays of that game. Abdul Kanay came up with a big stop. 3rd and goal.
Buckley. Well, I'm not sure he got there. There was movement on the line, though, and there was a flag down. I'm not so certain that Buckley got to the first down marker, but that could all be moved
Offside.
here. It
Ottawa,
is.
defensive line. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down, Calgary.
It'll be interesting to watch Andrew Buckley, Dwayne, this year as the backup listed in Calgary.
You see an Ottawa player lined up inside that 1-yard neutral zone.
Just. Bo Mitchell returns. Protected. Oh, lays it in. Marquay McDaniel can't hang on. That's uncharacteristic. That looked like a well-thrown football right into the midst of McDaniel.
Yeah, this pattern developed beautifully as you see the halfback Gavin's being run off by the other receiver. That creates an open layer for McDaniel. Well, Levi Mitchell dropped it in there nicely. But McDaniel, as you said, Mr. Reliable, unable to squeeze that one.
Stampeders, who led the CFL in almost every offensive category a year ago. Pump and go. And going deep, Tavares Daniels runs out of room on the sideline. But what a catch. Big game player, Tavares Daniels, former member of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, last year's Rookie of the Year.
And you saw Jonathan Rose, the 2nd-year corner for Ottawa. He's peeking at the inside route. Kamar Jordan was in the slot. Bo Levi Mitchell had the pump fake to that inside route. Daniels just kept bolting down that sideline.
Head up with big Miles Gorell on the sideline. Mitchell, down he goes, but there's a headshot to Bo Levi Mitchell. Zach Evans and company, like they got his helmet, and that will be roughing the passer most certainly.
Major foul, face mask. Ottawa, number 41, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down, Calgary.
They say it's Gascon-Nadon, but it is Zach Evans right there.
Yeah, and Evans knew right away as soon as he got up. There was really no celebrating on that one.
Yeah, he wasn't targeting the helmet by any stretch. He went up thinking he was going to pass and then just
grabbed for whatever he could.
Yeah, instinctively reacted. Stampeders now. Far side. And another high hit there to the helmet, but Lamar Durant has it close to the goal line, inside the 3-yard line.
Well, I'm excited to see what Lamar Durant does here in the 3rd year of his CFL career. Last player picked in the 2nd round of the 2015 draft. Had over 400 yards receiving in limited duty last season. a very unique athlete.
2nd and 4. They look Messam. Jerome Messam still on his feet. Right in the crosshairs of Jarrell Gavins, who has done a terrific job tonight. Gavins forced a fumble earlier. Nick Taylor also in on the play, but Jerome Messam can't get it into the end zone. It is going to be 3rd down and goal here. And they are going to go bring out Andrew Buckley, bring out the short yardage team.
And this is just a great effort by Khalil Bass. The initial contact, he got bounced a little bit by the much bigger Jerome Messam, but managed to wrap up the legs and hold on to prevent him from getting any upfield momentum.
So it looked like they were going to go for it. They decide to bring out Paredes. Take the points here. They do, and they are on the board. Now 11-3. Big drive stalls there. 2nd quarter. William Powell has scored. The only major of the game so far. 11-3. Trevor Harris, a touchdown toss in this one. Let's go to the sideline and join Jock Climby. Jock?
Guys, just a few thoughts on what I've seen through the first quarter and a half. You know, the Red Blacks offensively struggled in training camp this year, not surprisingly, with some guys gone. I mean, you got Jonas Jackson, Chris Williams out of the lineup. You're trying to fit 2 guys new in. What I saw there in the first quarter was a lot of short passing game, and I thought Trevor Harris was off on a couple plays in particular. But he started to get his rhythm. I think he's got it now with the hurry-up offense.
A little bit of a wobbler, and Jaron Kreiner has his first catch of the new season, and Jaron Kreiner was a force that was added to this receiving core in 2016.
Micah Johnson, number 4, gets a good push right up the middle and delivers the hit, but Trevor Harris stands in. Not a perfect throw, but Jaron Kreiner helps him out, using that big wingspan to make the catch.
Red Blacks love Jaron Kreiner the moment they saw him. Powell now in the backfield. This time they got him. Stop him for a loss. Patrick Levels, new cornerback for the Stamps, in on the tackle.
We talked earlier about the shuffling going on within that Calgary secondary. Tommy Campbell, boundary corner, is out. Brendan Smith, usual field halfback, is out. Joe Burnett has flipped over to play the short side corner, and Levels, the rookie, is playing to the field.
2nd and 12. Little play action here, and Brad Sinopoli is going to get to the 55-yard line, but no further. And again, Brett Maher will boot this ball away. Stampeder team, Dwayne, that didn't have a lot of turnover. The only turnover really was because of injury.
Yeah, and this is a team that over the years has largely built from within. Even when you look at this Calgary lineup tonight, some of the guys that you're plugging in, you talk about a guy like Shaquille Richardson at the strong side linebacker, Malik Harris on the weak side. These are guys that have been in the organization.
Roy Finch, what a move there. Flag down. I'll tell you about the penalty when we come back after the 40-yard kick. 11-3, home side. On blitzes, a great old lineman. Schultze coming up at halftime, and so far tonight, we chatted with the Red Blacks yesterday about how they contain number 33, which is not easy, Jerome Messam. They've done a really good job so far.
Well, that has to do with the guy Schultze's envying right now. Taylor Reed, former Stampeder, former Hamilton Tiger Cat, came over when Alex Singleton took over last season.
Bo steps into this one. Incomplete. Very quick 2 and out for the Stampeder offense that is sputtering in this first half.
And we're starting to understand Schultze's envy of the middle linebackers. All sorts of action for Taylor Tank Reed in that exchange.
Rob Maver. There's Stangby now trying to find the crease. Pummeled there by Pierre-Luc Caron. In November. So the journey begins. Who will play in that game? Always a great atmosphere here. Red Black Nation. Trevor Harris operating at a high percentage so far.
Hit on 12 of his first 14.
13 of 15 now. Deontay Spencer maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost a half yard. Pretty good gets for the Red Blacks when they lost Ernest Jackson and Chris Williams, getting Deontay Spencer and Kenny Shaw.
Yeah, and a couple of guys that are somewhat familiar with the system. They were coached by Ottawa offensive coordinator Jamie Elizondo, who worked with the receivers in Toronto a couple of years ago.
Harris wings one, and a juggling act, and it's incomplete. Good coverage. Josh Bell in on the play. Greg Ellingson can't hang on.
Ellingson lined up as number 2 receiver in the slot. Isolate him and create some space, but that's terrific coverage from Deontay Evans, who's in the lineup in place of the injured Brandon Smith.
Brett Maher try to lift this one near his 15-yard line. End over end kick. And it will bounce out of bounds near the 45. Flag down, no return. 36-yard punt from the former Nebraska Cornhusker.
Ottawa, number 15. 15-yard penalty. First down, Calgary.
And it went off the helmet. Jared Bush.
Again, whether he's trying to field that or not as a Calgary player, as soon as he touches that, if there's an Ottawa player within 5 yards of him, no yards penalty of the 15-yard variety.
So the header play kind of works out for Calgary. And Ken Murphy, the whistle here. They'll reset. .540 to go before halftime. Panel in the house tonight. They'll reboot this. Mitchell with pressure. Almost picked. Looking for Rob Cote. There's Jonathan Rose on the corner. And he almost took it the other way a step earlier, and he had daylight.
Yeah, they set this up as a throwback. It's almost like a screen kind of look. You're going to see Cote all the way across left to right on the formation. They get flow going left and come back to that side. But Jonathan Rose stayed at home the whole time, was perfectly positioned, just waiting on that one.
Stampeders trying to convert on second down, and they will give forward progression, so it will be a first down now. 2 for 8 on second down conversions. 12-yard pickup here. And finally, some momentum here for the Stamps. Marquet hauling it in.
The 2 other routes going deep in that pattern. Clear out a little bit of space for McDaniel to work the out underneath.
Mitchell looking in zone. Double coverage. Thought he had Daniels. There was Claiborne and Antoine Pruneau. This too almost picked off.
Well, Davaris Daniels isn't going to sneak up on anybody in 2017 after his phenomenal Rookie of the Year season. There you see both halfback and free safety going with him. Thought there was an opportunity right here to take the easier throw in the flat to Jerome Messam as coverage dropped off. I appreciate when it's Daniels why you want to take that deep shot. Put your faith in him.
Over the top. What a catch by last year's rookie. Well, it's Jordan. Kamar Jordan thought it was Daniels. Jordan goes high, brings it down near the 10-yard line. What a catch here by Kamar Jordan.
Well, this is a beautiful route by Kamar Jordan. You saw the great footwork to stutter step and settle. He had a couple receivers sit down about defenders sit down about 5 yards earlier as he changed gears and broke through to the next level.
First and goal. Touchdown. Ball's loose. Khalil Bass has the football. Still has the ball. Bass is taking it all the way. The Stampeders are celebrating at the other end. Confusion reigns. The Stamps thought they scored. The REDBLACKS take it the distance.
This was absolutely classic. If we had a split screen, you'd see celebrations happening at both ends.
Well, the Stamps have their hands in the air.
Well,
the REDBLACKS have their hands in the air.
He just has to break the front plane of the goal line, not the back plane, the front plane. And he appears to be across that plane before the ball comes loose.
There was a similar play last night in Montreal. Again, as long as he has possession, as the ball breaks the plane, it is a touchdown. So either way, they are reviewing this. Every scoring play is reviewed because Bass took it the other way. What do you think right now? Calgary touchdown?
I think it's a touchdown. Again, I mean, it's pretty close. It'll be interesting to see how they rule based on what the ruling was on the field.
How about Khalil Bass being in the right spot, and then this dynamic run. Look at the help he's getting. Mostly because the Stampeders at the other end are all celebrating. Bass's first game in Ottawa.
The previous play, the ruling on the field was ruled a touchdown for Calgary. After review by the command center, it's been confirmed. We have a touchdown, Calgary.
So after all of that, but you still have to play it till its conclusion, and Kamar Jordan, after a couple of big catches. Crowd now seeing this on the big screen, has brought the Stamps a little closer. Here's another look.
Now again, the forwardmost part of the ball just has to break the front plane. And I know it's very close.
And you have to have possession. So right there.
He's broken the plane.
And this is when he fumbles.
And now the ball is coming out. And again, the initial ruling on the field was a touchdown for Calgary. You can't say that it's conclusive enough to turn it the other way. Now, it would have been interesting had they called it the other way around and called it a fumble in the first place. Would they have reversed it? I think they got the call right. It gets no closer.
So the Stampeders now look to tie this game. A couple of big plays from Kamar Jordan, and maybe a little controversy as well. I think you explained it perfectly. So now a chance to tie. Bow. End zone. 2 points, Marquay McDaniel. And just like the Grey Cup game, where the REDBLACKS stormed out to a lead, the Calgary Stampeders fought back last November, and they fight back tonight in this one.
Well, and when it comes to the 2-point conversion, we've seen Marquay McDaniel do this time after time.
He is Mr. 2-point. Big 2 points there. Big touchdown. Red Black fans don't like it by an inch or two. Tie ball game in the Grey Cup rematch in Ottawa.
Field level right there under the tent in case it rains, getting set. Hey, another day and another close call at the goal line. Was it a touchdown? Was it not? Last night the panel didn't like the call. Tonight the panel does. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes' time. Back to Rod and Dwayne.
That's all that matters. A 6, baby.
Kamar Jordan.
It's a long game.
It's the Stamps in the end zone for the first time tonight. Tie ball game. You think the panel rents that tent out, or they bought it and they just keep it everywhere they go?
I think it goes in Clyde's backyard.
It does, maybe. Stangby again. Return up near the 25-yard line.
Big special teams tackle there for Riley Jones. Undrafted linebacker out of UBC.
A lot of draft picks in this game tonight. Canadian college draft. Trevor Harris, 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. Slant pattern. Deontay Evans wraps up Brad Sinopoli. Close to a first down.
That's classic Ottawa offense with the quick hitter on the slant to Sinopoli.
They have to get to the 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot this. Looks like it is right just, yeah, it's a first down right on that 35-yard line. Rick Campbell, coach of the year 2 years ago. 3 short years, the Ottawa REDBLACKS go from expansion to explosion. Grey Cup champions. Remarkable, remarkable story.
Head coach Campbell and his GM Marcel Desjardins awarded with contract extensions. Very well deserved this past week.
Another first down. What a good first half for William Powell. Stretches forward. Had to get to the 45-yard line. Looks like he's close to moving those sticks again.
And again, this is the thing that stands out to me about William Powell is how quickly he seems to hit top speed once he takes that football. He's got that terrific explosive burst.
Short yardage, they get the first down. Burst and ability and talent and speed, especially after the injury that he had last year for William Powell. Not easy to recover from.
It's been a long road back, but he doesn't look like he's lost a step at all. Go hobbling off a little bit after that series.
What a turnstile of running backs here in Ottawa. Minute 45, John Gott gets over that ball. Harris under pressure. Looks like he got one right in the grill. Penalty flag. Looks like a face mask or a helmet shot. Brendan Galanders has the reception, but this is going to be a
Major
first
foul.
down.
Face mask. Calgary, number 4. 15 yards from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And here you'll see Micah Johnson. Terrific spin move, but just came a little bit high.
So they add 15 to the yards accumulated into Calgary territory, looking to take the lead before the half. Play action again. Here's the rush. Harris now slinging. One-on-one. What a catch! Is it a catch? No, they're saying it's incomplete. Ellingson got to the high point. Looked like he was able to bring that down. Joe Burnett right there, though.
Ellingson isolated to the right side of the formation. And Trevor Harris, despite being under pressure, delivers a pretty good ball, putting it into place. where only his receiver could get it. High to the outside. Ellingson did a nice job of shielding the defender from the football.
Need a first down here. This would be a long field goal attempt. An overthrow. One of the few misfires by Trevor Harris, looking for Kreiner over the top. Well, one thing we do know about Brett Maher, he's got plenty of leg, but they are going to punt the football. Maher hit a 58-yard field goal last year for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. He's going to look for the corner here. Down go the Stampeders at their 10-yard line. 37-yard boot with a minute to go. Let's go down to Matthew Shinetti.
We know so much, Rod, about Bo Levi Mitchell's conviction to the game, and that started really in Katy, Texas, and how could it not? Katy, Texas being so well known for championship football, especially at the high school level. But Bo had to learn the hard way after his second season playing. Some of his coaches went to him and said, you have to be a student of the game. You cannot just succeed on your talent. As I'm sure Matt Dunnigan can profess, you have to learn the game, all the details. Is something that Bo, he says, even this season, this offseason, he obsesses over with Dave Dickinson and Ryan Dinwiddie, and he says, I'm always going to be a student of the game. Guys?
Well, he's a student. He's also a professor. And a master at this. At the 1-minute offense here. 11-yard pickup. Trying to get his team in front of the Red Blacks before halftime. Now Messam. There is a big collision. The Mack truck meets the tank. Messam and Taylor Reed.
A couple guys that saw a lot of each other in practices a year ago prior to Reed's departure from Calgary. And great addition for these Red Blacks. A guy who had Grey Cup experience a couple of years ago with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Brought some of that to the table for Ottawa.
Second down, 30 seconds left in the half. Messam will not get the first down. 25 to go. Dave Dickinson looking to his special teams now.
Well, this is what Ottawa was banking on when they elected to punt the football with Brett Maher and try and pin Calgary deep, get a quick stop, win in that exchange of field position. Hopefully, when Calgary punts the football here, what Ottawa's looking for now is a short field coming back the other way as time ticks down.
Red Blacks not ready for that. They bring out their return team now with 8 seconds, now 7. Neighbor will take a time count.
Time count violation. Calgary number 26. It's a 10-yard penalty. Remains third down.
And with 3 seconds, likely could run this out as well.
Yeah, good use of the clock there by Dickinson and his special teams coordinator, Mark Killam.
Maver's not even going to bother. They're just going to bring out the offense. They've put 5 seconds back on the clock. So in essence, really a play here, barring penalty. Double tight end. Try to wind down this 5 seconds. Maybe even take a shot. And they do, just throw it out of bounds. So the first half comes to its conclusion. Red Blacks had an early lead, just like last year's Grey Cup game, and the Stamps ride back. It's 11-all at the half on Friday Night Football on TSN. records of the Grey Cup back in November. Close game. Stamps and the champs 11-11 on Friday Night Football. Calgary storming back. Here's Bo Levi Mitchell with Matthew Shinetti.
Bo, as you were going through the first half, what it allowed you to kind of dissect their defense and get Kamar Jordan into the end zone?
Yeah, just, man, I mean, obviously, you know, coming into a year, you have a lot of wrinkles everybody's going to put in. You know, right now they have a lot of good defense they're running. But I think our guys are seeing it well. We prepared for it. They're running fast, getting the open zone, they're catching the ball.
How do you counteract that sustained drives in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football. See everything with your eyes. Don't assume. You know, have your pre-snap reads, but once the snap happens, you got to go through things and not just assume you read.
Thanks, Bo.
Appreciate it.
At the half in the Grey Cup game, Ottawa led 20-7, and of course the Stamps rallied back, went to overtime. By the way, 2 of 3 years, 2 of the last 3 meetings in this stadium between these two teams, they've gone to overtime, including last year. They played to a 26-26 draw.
Yeah, the two teams between whom there's a great deal of familiarity. You have to remember, Rick Campbell's previous job was as the Calgary Stampeders defensive coordinator. So if anybody got to see on a daily basis what some of the strengths and weaknesses and tendencies of Dave Dickinson and Bo Mitchell were, it was Rick Campbell.
Roy Finch is back. Sun is setting. Twilight here and some threatening clouds rolling in as well, but a beautiful night so far and just a tremendous football game to kick off the season. Roy Finch picks his way up near the 28-yard line.
Mitchell prepares to go back to work here. When we think back, as we can't help but do in this matchup, to last year's Grey Cup game. Bit of a tough first half for him in that one, a couple of interceptions thrown, but definitely bounced back in a big way in the second half to force overtime. See if he can turn in a big second half here.
Ever since he came into the league, out of college and of course out of Katy, Texas, he's done nothing but win. Marquay McDaniel hit hard, but picked up first down yardage. Antoine Pruneau, Daniel with the collision. Stamps will hurry up here. Scrimmage near the 43-yard line. Play action to miss him and spy perfectly by Pruneau. Tavares Daniels nowhere to roam.
The Ottawa defense basically kind of flattened out this entire play. The line of scrimmage, they got a good push from their front. And then in terms of the coverage too, they've got Daniels in a position where he's well contained. He's not going to get that corner to be able to turn it north-south.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Next cutback. And a first down. Again, Kamar Jordan, outstanding first half, and Jordan comes up limping. The Ottawa REDBLACKS, Taylor Reed, the former Stamp, also on a knee on the field.
Well, I like the move by Kamar Jordan here to get off the spot when he catches the ball. Feels the defenders converging on him. He doesn't just spin. He takes that one escape step before he ducks his shoulder and gets it upfield right there. That allows him to pick up a couple of extra yards and beat those first 2 defenders.
Reed looked like he got a bit of a stinger here. Just hit him awkwardly. Went down writhing in pain, so Taylor Reed trying to get some updates from Matthew Shinetti on the sideline tonight. Week 1 of the CFL season. Just seems like yesterday these two teams met in Toronto. Beautiful Sunday night, November. A Grey Cup Classic, first ever Grey Cup game that went to overtime.
On the adjustment here defensively, we'll see Khalil Bass move into the middle. Sir Darius Bryant comes in. could Bassett spot it on the weak side?
High snap. Messam motors left side. Straight arm. And Jerome Messam's best rumble of the night. Almost an 8-yard pickup for the big man. Last year's Canadian of the Year, a 2-time most outstanding Canadian in the CFL, the native of Brampton, Ontario.
And not bad for a guy who went undrafted in 2008. This is where Jerome Messam is at his best. You're kind of prepared for him when he's coming straight up between the tackles, but he gets to the outside, gives you a little bit of speed. A lot of times defenders aren't prepared for how fast Jerome Messam is at 250 plus pounds.
Messam stays into block. Bo goes deep. And unable to catch up is Jordan. A long bomb from Bo Levi Mitchell, so it's 3rd down and almost 2 yards. And they're going to bring Maver out to punt. This would be about a 55-yard field goal, but Maver instead in this battle of field position tonight.
Jerome Messam came off looking a little frustrated, as you notice. I mean, he just needed 2 yards, an opportunity to move the chains and live to fight for another series.
And a lot of people might point to that last year too, when they could have gone to Messam. Deontay Spencer goes flying, helicopters near the 25-yard line. 11-11 game in the Grey Cup rematch to start the 2017 season. Back in Ottawa, Trevor Harris, Bo Levi Mitchell at the helms tonight. Let's go down to Jock Limey.
I think the people might be surprised at Bo Levi Mitchell going deep there on 2nd and 2, but that's his willingness to push the ball down the field and be aggressive, I think, is the reason why they have got their way back into the football game. Trevor Harris has not thrown a ball and completed it more than 10 to 12 yards down the football field. He's got to start pushing the ball down the field and being more aggressive if they want to be successful here in the second half.
Little lob toss. Tiptoeing the sidelines is Ellingson. That's kind of been Trevor Harris's MO since he really broke in, and people keep talking about this being his real first start. He has been a starter before in Toronto under Ricky Ray, and then of course last year he was given the keys at one point here in Ottawa.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Harris has had extended stints as a starting quarterback each of the last 2 seasons. He's absolutely ready for this, but just in reference to the desire to push it.
Brandon Galanders. Big game.
You know, in reference to the desire to see him push it down the field, people get caught up a lot of the time in looking at, for example, Chris Williams' yardage totals last season and think that this was a big play, long bomb team. The fact is, a lot of Chris Williams' yards came after the catch last season. They're hitting him on hooks, hitting him on hitches, and letting him use his wheels to just plain outrun angles on people.
Trevor Harris, Waldo, Ohio native, 31-year-old, played at Edinburgh U in Pennsylvania. Player down, will step aside and come back to the nation's capital on this Friday night on TSN. CTV. Back in Canada's capital tonight. Just over a week away from celebrating the 150th birthday of this great nation. Red Blacks on the move, 1st and 10. Harris now airs it out, but miscommunication on the route here. Deontay Spencer as Harris threw that up, and here's what the Red Blacks are missing this year in E-Jack and C-Dub.
Yeah, huge numbers they've put up over the last 2 years, part of that quartet of Ottawa receivers who all had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Jackson, of course, the East Division nominee as most outstanding player a year ago. But they expect big things of Deontay Spencer.
Looked like the Stamps jump might be a free one here for Harris. Decides to go. No, he doesn't. Foot race now. Trevor Harris cuts up side and it cuts back. Fumbled football. Stamps have it. Whistle blows. But it looked like Calgary moved on the line. Were they drawn? That's the question. So it all depends on this penalty. But Trevor Harris did a good job scurrying outside. It looks like he's holding that foot right now.
He may be cramping up the way he initially grabbed that foot. Trying to pull it back and stretch out his calf.
Harris now trying to get to his feet. There is one of the backup quarterbacks, Ryan Lindley, out of San Diego State. Drew Tate, of course, the former Stampeder, is now with the Red Blacks as a backup to Harris. Let's see what happened here.
It looked like Charleston Hughes got that out of Harris's hand before he was down with that swat. Watch the right hand to Charleston Hughes, number 39.
The ruling on the field is a change of possession recovered by Calgary. We have offside, Calgary, number 39. The command center is reviewing the previous play.
So the offside obviously takes precedence here. Should be second down and 5 yards. Let's see what happens with the command center.
And keep an eye on that line of scrimmage. There's a jump at the top of the line from Charleston Hughes.
Couple of jumps there. Again, command center reviews any change of possession.
Well, as far as the end of the play, the ball was clearly out, which is what they ruled. But again,
offside.
The offside was also pretty clear.
The ruling on the field's been confirmed. We had a change of possession. So we are applying a 5-yard penalty. Second down, Ottawa.
It will be second down. 5 yards to go here.
So just for clarification, the debate had to do with where the ball ultimately would be spotted.
Trevor Harris is all right. Second and 5. Harris, another quick hitter. A little bumping Ellingson wanted to call. Felt he was interfered with. Will Rick Campbell throw the challenge flag? He does. And Ellingson with a signal. You cannot use that motion, the flag motion, like dropping a flag. That would elicit another flag, so they have their own signals worked out.
Ottawa is challenging the previous play that there was pass interference against their number 82. We'll review the play.
And it appears in trying to jump the route, Evans gets in that path of Ellingson trying to come underneath. The contact came before the ball.
Command has it. We'll have the verdict when we come back in this 11-11 game in Ottawa.
After review, we have pass interference. Calgary, number 0. It's a 10-yard penalty, an automatic first down. Ottawa.
Rick Campbell has his first challenge flag victory. 2017. Did not take command very long for a decision. So it's 1st and 10 now. Red Blacks. 5 minutes gone here, third quarter. Both teams opening nights of the new season. 38. And up the middle. Once again goes Galanders, who's getting a few looks. Remember Keenan LaFrance last year, who's no longer with the Ottawa Red Blacks. They used him from time to time, and they're using Galanders for a few touches here tonight.
Well, it appears, remember, we saw William Powell limp out earlier, and it was those injuries at running back that provided the opportunity for Keenan LaFrance. Ottawa could afford to let him go in free agency to Saskatchewan because of Galanders.
Greg Ellingson. See where they mark this. Will be about a yard shy of the first down, and they get to the score zone here into the red zone, a 9-yard pickup. So Can you believe it? Game 1 and the injury bug seems to be creeping up on the running back position again for the Ottawa REDBLACKS, because there's no doubt William Powell would be in this game.
A guy who played a big role in the first half of this ball game prior to leaving.
Ryan Lindley, short yardage situation.
Procedure, Ottawa, number 56. It's a 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Second down, likely a throwing down here. Receivers come back in. Looks like we have an injured Stampeder on the play. On one knee down near the 12-yard line. Training staff is out on the field. That is Brian Hall. Former Hamilton Tiger Cat. Played with the Argos last year. He has to go to the sideline. One of the most colorful guys in the game. Out of the game now for 3 plays. 9th play of the drive upcoming. Again, because of the procedure, back to the 20-yard line. Harris, the sideline. That was almost picked by Patrick Levels, jumping the route. For Josh Stangby. So after all of this, Brett Maher will come out. Try to give the REDBLACKS the lead.
Levels did a nice job, I thought, on that play, sitting at depth, anticipating that there might be some sort of pump and go or hook and go type route. When he saw the receiver settle, he didn't break right away until the quarterback committed to throwing it.
From the 27, Brett Maher. Perfect night so far. 3-point Red-Black lead in the third quarter in Ottawa. Well, Bo Levi Mitchell says he's on a mission this season. Can't forget, won't forget what happened in Toronto in November.
I think a lot of guys, obviously at first, the first time you watch it is tough, just because you see, you put a lot of work in entire offseason, entire year, a very long grind in CFL, as you know, and to get to that point and let it go, it's hard on everybody. And people ask, hey, if you win the next one, does that one go away? No, not at all. We could win the next 3. And that's always going to be, that moment that we were very close and could have had another one. So it's something that I think we'll all remember for the rest of our lives, use motivation. Everybody will use it differently, but for me, it's just that motivation, never let it happen again.
Trying to erase the memories. Mitchell and the Stampeders won in 2014. But after a magical season last year, where everyone expected them to clean up, they did not. Quick one to McDaniel. Favorite target, of course. You've won a couple of rings, Dwayne. Losses are always first and foremost, it seems sometimes, in memory, but should the Stampeders be able to come back, bounce back this year and win that, I think that would go a long way to erasing last year.
I'm with Bo, though. You never erase it.
Yeah.
Because you come back and maybe for him you win a second one, but then you're saying to yourself, I should have had 3.
You look at that game and the way it played out and what could have happened, and everybody's obviously talking hindsight. The Buckley play and why Jerome Messam might not have got the ball. Remember the Seattle Seahawks and what happened to them in the NFL, what could have been, which seemed logical at the time. They still had a chance to win overtime. Messam with a flag down and a convoy. Funny thing is, all of the featured performers, the Burris, Jackson, Kane, all the things that happened in that game for Ottawa, all of those main actors aren't around anymore.
Yeah, a lot of change as we see the pivotal moments. Messam stopped short on the first run, then the Kane tackle.
Penalty is declined. First down.
You know, and I'll go on the record, by the way. I agreed with the call to go with Buckley on the last one. I mean, the people second guessing it, it's hindsight. But when everybody in the stadium is saying and everybody watching on TV thinks Messam will get the ball, what do you think they're going to be keying on?
Well, he's such a force. And I'm sure that will stay with Andrew Buckley for a while. Here's a guy who scored 8 touchdowns last year.
Yeah. It's not like that's a play that they just made up on the spot.
It's a guy who scored 8 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, well, again, it's not like that's a play that they just made up on the spot and pulled out of a hat. That was a play in short yardage they had a great deal of success with during the year. He didn't score those 8 touchdowns by accident. Ottawa had a good scheme. They had one guy free to shoot it and play the quarterback, and Abdul Kane made the play. But it was a shoestring tackle.
Mitchell down the sideline for Daniels. He has it. And out of bounds. Otherwise, Tavares Daniel was in for the touchdown. And the officials are saying that his foot may have touched the line, and they're bringing this back. In fact, no catch. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that right foot.
Good call.
First foot to touchdown is on the line. Official perfectly positioned on that sideline.
And he did not have control after that as well. Foot that touches down. So it will force third down, and once again Rob Maver.
Calgary is challenging the previous play of an incomplete pass. We'll review the play.
Dave Dickinson's already lost a timeout challenge here tonight. Dickinson feeling that he may have had possession.
Yeah, you
with that
watch
trailing
the timing.
foot.
When he catches it, left foot's down, and he's got it. And then the right foot goes out. So he's got it with the left foot in.
Does he have the football? This is a quick decision.
The ruling on the field is overturned. We have a completed pass.
Wow.
The ball will be placed at the 13-yard line. First down, Calgary.
So a good challenge by Dickinson and the Stampeders.
Watch, he's got it. Left foot's in. He's got it.
There.
And the left foot's on the ground. Again, at full speed, it's a split-second thing, but he catches it cleanly. I think with the left foot on the ground. Left foot inbounds.
So a great challenge for the Stampeders. To the 13. Mitchell with time. Looking end zone. Lamar Jordan already has a touchdown tonight. Can't catch up with that. A lot of steamboats that time for Bo Levi Mitchell.
Yeah, they need this to develop because it's a throwback type play. They're trying to get all the flow going this way and then try and throw the ball back to the other side. All the flow, blocking scheme slides right, and then you get 2 receivers coming from that front side all the way over. Just unable to connect.
Durant. Daniels are the wideouts. Mitchell goes over the middle. In and out at the goal line for Jordan once more. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Rene Paredes is coming out to try to tie this game up. Had it.
Yeah, initially I thought he went down to try and kind of baby this catch, but I think that Jordan actually lost his footing, trying to take a half step back outside to get to it.
So Buckley with the hold. Paredes with the tie. 14 apiece with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter, and back and forth, punch, counter punch. Let's get an injury update. Let's go down to the sideline once again. Here's Matthew.
Well, Ron, let's start with Trevor Harris. After that last series, he came off, and the medical staff looked immediately at both his calves. He went on the table, and they were massaging them quite vigorously. Then he got off, and while he was talking to coordinator Jamie Elizondo, kept still looking at his calves, still stretching them out. Kenny Shaw, who limped after a series in the first half, has his casual shoes on, so that's pretty a good indicator that he's not going to be back. And William Powell is still holding his helmet on the sidelines, but is noticeably limping. Guys?
William Powell had an outstanding first half. Brendan Galanders is the guy in the backfield right now. Quick hitter to Ellingson. Gets a block and a straight arm. Penalty flag down. Like a face mask on the play.
Major foul. Calgary, face mask. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Joe Burnett, hand on the grill.
They got caught a little bit inside on the block. And in his desperation, that was all he could grab.
Penalties piling up here. Is this a catch? They're saying it is by Stangby, laying out at the 50. Josh Stangby, his first CFL game.
Well, so much was said during the offseason with the departure of Chris Williams and Ernest Jackson. A lot of the talk was about the new guys that came in. Deontay Spencer and Kenny Shaw from Toronto, but overlooked, I think, were these second-year guys, Stangby and Jerron Kreiner, who was so good down the stretch last year. Kind of the wild cards in this receiving corps.
Far side. Ellingson joins the party, as he always does. Talked to him yesterday. He is a guy that is swaggerless. Greg Ellingson, unless he gets a game-winning touchdown, which we saw a few years ago, but he just walks the walk, does he not?
Well, just such a level-headed, even keel kind of guy, and it shows in his play. He's such a consistent contributor within this offense.
Landers again, and Greg Ellingson, who's had so many great moments. Member of the Ottawa REDBLACKS, the miracle on Bank Street, of course. Back in the 2015 playoffs that got the REDBLACKS to the Grey Cup game, and then so reliable last year, and again part of the Fab Four 1,000-yard receivers here in Ottawa. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Looked like the player was offside there. The REDBLACKS may have jumped Patrick Lavoie. Looked like the receivers were almost into the Calgary backfield.
Watch on the right side of the formation.
Yeah.
Offside. Ottawa, number 86. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Jerron Kreiner, head start. 2nd and 13. Big drop for Harris. Patrick Lavoie with a first down and a couple more.
A nicely executed screen there by the Ottawa REDBLACKS. You see that separation between levels. John Gott does a nice job. Doesn't get a great block on the middle linebacker Singleton, but occupies him enough that he can't make a play.
Galanders. Touchback. Big hit. First down. In the new rule, that was left vacant by Keenan LaFrance. Welcome, Brandon Galanders.
Nice job by Galanders. This is a hometown guy who's a terrific running back at the University of Ottawa. Coming in relief of William Powell. 4 carries, 47 yards.
There he goes again, getting a chance, Galanders is. Guy who played with Brad Sinopoli and the Ottawa GGs. Hometown guy, as you mentioned. Former Toronto Argo. Just getting a chance. And we saw what Keenan LaFrance could do last year when he got a chance. He helped get the Red Blacks to the Grey Cup game.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't become that big a deal anymore when a Canadian running back finds success in the CFL.
Harris, touchdown! Jerron Kreiner has his first of 2017. And his second all-time as a Red Black on a quick strike from Trevor Harris.
And this is a play, again, that's got to make the Ottawa coaching staff get a little bit excited. Ron Kreiner is a guy who played mostly on the outside last year. He found his way into the lineup after Chris Williams got hurt, and they were very high on him. I talked to their receivers coach Travis Moore about Jerron Kreiner throughout the season. They thought he'd be an outstanding player. He's getting an opportunity now to play in the slot with the departure of Ernest Jackson. Big body, big reach, catch radius, and so on. Is a physical guy that he's well suited to playing in there. And you saw in the slant route when you've got this kind of guy on the inside. Provides a big target, completely shielding the defender from the ball. A subtle thing, but good body control, as that one was thrown a little bit behind him, but he's able to throttle down a little bit. Make it a soft catch.
Very similar style to the departed Ernest Jackson. Guy who was money in the red zone, as the Red Blacks, of course, know from the Grey Cup game. The game-winning touchdown from Henry Burris. And Trevor Harris, a couple of touchdown passes here tonight. 7-point game with a minute to go. That was a clock-eating drive, big drive from the Ottawa Red Blacks.
10 plays, 75 yards, took almost 4 minutes off the clock.
Roy Finch brought down near the 38-yard line. Let's go down to Jock Climby. Jocko.
What an intriguing decision that Dave Dickinson had in that last drive. He could have had the Ottawa Red Blacks at 3rd and 7 and looking at a 47-yarder into the win. Instead, he accepted a penalty, puts them back, and gave them 2nd and 12. Ottawa converts and goes in and scores. That decision might well cost the Stamps this game.
See how it all plays out here. Again, as we said before, though, these two teams notoriously play close football here at TD Place. Last 2 games here between these two teams, both have gone to overtime. McDaniel, Claiborne targets him. Picked up about 4 yards on the play.
Well, one of the things that stood out to me in this game a little bit has to do with Ottawa taking a page from Calgary's book. You know, and I consulted with resident stats freak Derek Taylor. As you know, I was in the booth with DT last week. And one of the stats he pointed out for this game is Calgary has been the best team in the league last year in terms of limiting yards after contact on runs and after catches on the pass.
Here's Mitchell. Has his man. What a play by Claiborne.
Great recovery by Claiborne.
There was separation there. That looked like it was going to be a big, big gainer.
Well, this is what you call closing on the ball, taking that time in the air to close the gap.
Boris Daniels can't come up with it. Imone Claiborne on the final play of the third quarter. The Red Blacks have the lead by 7 as we head to the fourth. Opening night for both the Stamps and the defending champs. Right now, champions have the advantage. Fourth quarter, straight ahead. Friday night football continues. You can dissect these numbers any way you wish. Ottawa has an advantage in some areas. Calgary more total yards tonight, but the Red Blacks lead this ball game 21-14, Dwayne Ford, as we head to the fourth quarter here in the nation's capital.
Yeah, and I started to say just as that third quarter was winding down that how good Calgary was last year in terms of limiting yards after contact, initial contact on running plays, yards after the catch. Again, these are my stats from my man DT.
Yeah.
Right? Great at making sure of tackles. Not a lot of missed tackles from Calgary. But when you look at what Ottawa's done tonight in terms of limiting what Jerome Messam's been able to do, I look at Markway McDaniel. He's been hit right away as soon as he's managed to catch the football. For Mark Nelson, the defensive coordinator, he's got to be happy at the way Ottawa has been successful with those particular stats. They're making tackles. They're limiting what Messam's doing after contact. First guy's holding him up. Help is coming. They're not giving up yards after the catch. So on those short passes, it's not turning into first down.
Rob Maver boots this to Stangby. Juggles it. And brought down. There's a penalty flag the way back at the Calgary 35-yard line. To see what this call is about. Good numbers, as always, for Trevor Harris. High
Holding
percentage operator.
Ottawa, number 47. A 10-yard penalty. First down. Ottawa.
Almost 76%. Trevor Harris, again, as Jock and in our panel talk about, he's not a gunslinger. He doesn't throw a lot of deep balls. He's one of those kind of pick-and-play players and likes to spread the wealth around, and he's doing that again tonight. Everybody's seemingly getting a hand or hands on the ball.
Yeah, such is the nature of the Ottawa offense. Understanding the strengths of your various receivers and putting them in positions to be successful.
8 different receivers tonight. Long field, though, this time, and Brendan Galanders cranks through and another first down. How about this guy tonight?
And again, the former Ottawa GG star. The guy who went undrafted a few years ago, signed with the Toronto Argonauts, made his mark on special teams. In free agency, presented an opportunity to return home to Ottawa. He did last season. Started the year on the injured list, but gradually worked his way into the lineup. And here is showing his value.
Harris, quick hitter. Sinopoli, sure hands. Velcros it up near the 35-yard line. Another first down, 15-yard pickup.
And the reach of Brad Sinopoli. Taller guy with longer arms than the defender. You hear scouts talk all the time about length in evaluating prospects in so many different sports now. There's exactly why. The ability to reach that ball before the defender can get a hand on it.
Play action. And Sinopoli again, who was in motion. Another first down. There's the master behind the offense for the Ottawa REDBLACKS.
Yeah, Jamie Elizondo came over from Toronto a year ago to take over as their offensive coordinator when Jason Moss left to become the head coach in Edmonton. Kept the philosophy the same, a little bit of the terminology changed. It's a fast-paced, quick-hitting offense.
Well, you said it, quick hitting. Stangby makes the catch up near the midfield stripe, so it's going to be second down here. This REDBLACKS team that has had to be so resilient through their roster over the last couple of years. We talk about running back. You talked about Mark Nelson, his plug-and-play ability with his D-backs and his linebackers through the years. And this is a team that was 6th offensively, 6th defensively last year and still won the Grey Cup. Harris again. Well, he does not wait long, does he? point guard back there.
Yeah, get it out quickly.
Reminds me of our old buddy Danny McManus a little bit, the way.
Now, D-Mac had absolutely no contact.
No, he didn't.
The reason Danny got rid of the ball so quickly,
He never got sacked once.
He wanted no part of getting it.
9 straight completions for Trevor Harris.
Danny didn't want to get hit, and he didn't want to have to run.
99 Hamilton Tiger Cat team at quarterback. Barely touched. Harris, though, now behind cover. Goes deep this time. Speedster Stangby can't run under that.
As the pocket closed down a little bit, I think Trevor Harris was forced to let that one go just a split second before he wanted to, which led to the overthrow here. Great push up the middle from Brian Hall.
Again, these drives, though, that began with the shadows of their goalpost, eating up a lot of the game clock. Here's the rush now. Harris slinging again. Great defensive play. And a penalty flag down. Joe Burnett lays out, knocks it down. There's a flag down near the 30-yard line.
Pass interference. Calgary, number 24. Point of foul. Automatic first down. Ottawa.
That got a little too close.
Didn't see much protest there from Joe Burnett. There's a grab with the right hand. A good call by the official.
Stampeders, normally a very disciplined team. The Landers again. Picks up a couple. Now they're throwing down here for Harris. Sinopoli's been Mr. Go-To on second down. He goes there again. Looks the other way this time. And has his man. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! Joshua Stangby. Magnificent. There is one for the trophy case and one for the highlight reel.
Well, I'll tell you what, when this one left Trevor Harris's hand, I thought he was in a little bit of trouble. It's fluttering. He's kind of living on a prayer right here. But Joshua Stangby holds up, goes up and gets it.
Well, what do you expect from a guy who went to Ottawa University in the States? Now, seriously, have you ever heard of that college before? Is it any?
I've actually seen it listed before. But the irony of a guy from Ottawa playing for Ottawa and making a play like that.
What a catch. Flying reception. The REDBLACKS extend their lead on Friday Night Football. That dude, Joshua Stangby, played a game for the REDBLACKS last year, had a pair of catches. Now has his first CFL touchdown. And a big one here as the REDBLACKS double their lead. Still loads of time left, though. Roy Finch trying to dance near the 28. And Ottawa has not only owned the scoreboard, but they've owned the game clock. Stangby.
You'll see Stangby, he starts as the number 2 receiver. There's the outside stem. He gets the halfback, Evans, to turn his hips to the outside. And that's what allows him to get that separation when he makes the break. Trevor Harris puts it up there. Flutters a little bit.
Now the rain's starting to fall now here. Saw those clouds roll in. It was in the forecast. Came a little bit later. Anthony Parker close to the first down marker.
Ottawa has started doing what they do best. They're playing their game, which is ball control offense. They've had possession of the football for over 8.5 of the last 10 minutes of this football game. Comes to you, by the way, from the Sultan of Stats, John Russin.
John Russin. The Sultan. No longer the guru. It's been elevated. Do not count the Calgary Stampeders up by any stretch, especially Bo Levi Mitchell. Silences this crowd. Another first down. Forrest Daniels is slow to get up. And they will bring trainers out to look at him. Great catch by Daniels. Made a number of them last year. Son of a former NFLer and the Rookie of the Year. Makes the catch. Nicked up though. We'll get an update on him as the rain falls in Ottawa. The Red Blacks lead. Ontario Racing and OLG. You'd have to be a mutter tonight. Horse racing, because it's raining coming down now here in the fourth. And we'll wonder how it will affect players throwing the football and catching the football now. And it's probably bad timing for the Calgary Stampeders with this rain coming down.
Big play here from Nick Taylor. Got the start at the nickel linebacker spot. He's seen plenty of Markway McDaniel in the slot tonight.
Second down conversion. Bo. Aaron toss. Claiborne on that far corner and watching McDaniel again. Drive will stall here. Sense of urgency coming for Bo Levi Mitchell and the Calgary Stampeders, who, keep in mind, lost their first game a year ago. Then didn't lose their second game until the last game of the season. Deontay Spencer. Brought down near the 20-yard line. 28-14 Red Blacks. The champs looking to open the season with a W.
Catch it at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 5 p.m. Pacific on TSN 1 and 4.
And I gave that to you because I know you are a huge soccer/football fan. And
love me some footy.
Love you some footy. The Red Black fans, boy, what a great atmosphere they have created here over the last 3 years to their 4th season now. Brendan Galanders, he's got the football in this game. He doesn't want to give it up.
Well, I'll tell you one of the things that stands out when you look at the makeup of this Ottawa team, and particularly the guys that have stepped up as they've taken over into the late 3rd and 4th quarter of this football game. We talk so much about the people that left, but the guys that have stepped in, Jaron Kreiner with a touchdown, Josh Stangby with a touchdown, Brendan Galanders toting the rock, 8 carries, 72 yards. They were all here last year. They were guys who were already here that are just playing bigger roles.
Not this time. And a fumble. And Calgary may have it. Just when we were singing the praises of Brendan Galanders, he coughs up the football here. And in the worst possible spot, close to the red zone. And the Calgary Stampeders catch a big break here. Jamar Wall has the football. And it looked like he may have been the guy that actually stripped it as well. He did.
Well, perfect form tackle by Wall. Didn't allow himself to be outflanked. Wouldn't let Galanders get to the outside. Stepped up, took him face on. And popped that ball free.
First turnover by the REDBLACKS has given the Stampeders sudden life with 7 minutes to go. Down 2 touchdowns. CFL All-Star Jamar Wall comes up big. Crowd pumps up the volume here. Bow, end zone, touchdown! Lamar Durant, and just like that, the Stampeders make the REDBLACKS pay.
Let's do this.
Points off of turnovers.
Yeah, the short field always helps. Stampeder touchdowns. A couple of them tonight coming on possessions where they've started in Ottawa territory, but a strike right here. Mitchell to Durant, Lamar Durant.
We never stop. Resilient. We coming back. PVL all day.
Vancouver, British Columbia native. Played at Simon Fraser. 1 touchdown catch last year, but it was all because of Jamar Wall.
Yeah, there's the play that set up the touchdown. Here's Lamar Durant working on the outside. Stem turns to DB. A.J. Jefferson's hips. Fights his way inside. You know, I felt Lamar Durant going into the 2015 draft. Thought he was the best receiver in the draft. Prolific career at Simon Fraser. Ridiculous numbers. Physically, he's a super freak. Ends up being the 4th receiver chosen in the draft. 3 guys chosen ahead of him. But in their second year last year, as the playing time grew for those guys, Durant was the guy who posted the best numbers. Great find for the Calgary Stampeders.
Well, Durant and the Stampeders, a silencer there. Here in the jungle. TD place. 6.5 to go. And penalty flag down. Stangy down. And right now the Stampeders down just 7. And again, something about these two teams when they get on the field together.
Yeah, there's something in the air tonight.
On the return, holding Ottawa, number 15. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Ottawa.
Drama, high drama again, just like back in November. 6 months and 27 days ago, and they went to overtime. So another long field here for Trevor Harris. Penalties piling up for both teams. Galanders has to make sure he hangs on to that rock. Let's go down to the sideline. Here's Jock.
Such a contrast in styles. You know, we saw Mitchell right there take advantage of the turnovers and go with what's called sudden change. Great quarterbacks, great coordinators want to knife you immediately after a turnover. In the first quarter, Ottawa had a fumble recover. What'd they do? They threw a swing pass. Different styles, different results. Let's see if Ottawa can get more aggressive here and make sure they pull ahead and stay ahead.
Here's a big down right now. Defensively for the Stamps. Oh, another big catch. Stangby does it again. Moves the sticks. Another leaping grab by 87. Again, came to the REDBLACKS last year. Only played in 1 game. Pair of catches. Tonight, he is contributing big time.
Well, 5 catches for him for 61 yards and a touchdown.
Harris wanted Kreiner in motion. Again. Time management paramount as well right now.
Brendan Galander's got to shake off that fumble. When it comes to that clock management, that ball control, he could play a big role down the stretch here.
Rain, by the way, stopped. Really, when that fumble happened. Harris under pressure. And they will not get to that first down marker. So Brett Maher has to give it back to the Calgary Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell just licks his lips in situations like this. Been there and done that. Maher using that clock up. Game clock coming down to 5. We get close to that 3-minute warning. This is a good punt. High, towering kick. Finch tripped up. Bo to work at the 30. Guy with the highest winning percentage for a starting quarterback in CFL history. 85%.
Well, the thing that has me more fascinated statistically right now is the fact that we've got Calgary with the ball down by a very convenient 7 against a team with whom they frequently seem to go to overtime.
Over the top again. Fumble football. But the whistle had blown. Tavares Daniels looks like he was down. The knee was down. So a big strike again. That Kamar Jordan.
Now we'll get a closer look. Let's see exactly when the ball came out here.
Well, I don't know. Kamar Jordan may have fumbled this football. There is a challenge flag at the 3-minute warning. Did Kamar Jordan fumble this football, or did he have it with his knee down?
The key here is the left knee. Jordan makes the catch, takes a couple steps. He's on his way down. The question is, does it pop out when the left knee makes contact with the turf and jars him, or does he lose it on the way down? I think you'll get your answer right here on his way, I think it's literally a split second before the left knee comes that he's lost control. And here you see, okay, you take a look at that left knee, you see the shadow underneath it. That's not on the ground. You look at the ball, that ball is separated from the palm of his right hand.
Here is a huge call from CFL command after the challenge. Rick Campbell's 1-1 already tonight. Crowd reacts to the big screen. Once again, Kim Murphy, give us the news.
After review, the ruling on the stands. The player was down by contact.
They are saying he's down by contact.
But 1 time out remaining.
They're seeing something a little bit differently than we saw.
And if they want to make the argument that the purpose of replay review, now remember, getting back to the original intent of review is to correct something that's blatantly wrong. Well, this is a very close call.
Objectional conduct.
Well, this doesn't help Ottawa.
4. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Objectionable conduct. Jarrell Gavins, this is not helping the situation. So 3 minutes to go here. Evidence has to be conclusive, of course. First and 10. Bo throws again. Swallowed up for another first down by Marquay McDaniel. Crowd was seeing that replay we saw on the big screen. May have been in agreement with what your explanation was. Stampeders, though, are driving here. Down 7. Kamar Jordan. He's figured in a couple of replay calls here tonight. Bo Mitchell having trouble communicating with his receivers, using some signals here. The big man, Jerome Messam, look out here to the 15-yard line, his biggest romp of the night. And muffles this crowd.
Well, we've seen the momentum swing in a big way in the last few minutes here in Ottawa. The Red Blacks seem to be back on their heels, just kind of trying to get their wits back about them after, frankly, I think being rattled by the call, followed by the penalty.
Mitchell near the goal line. Stampeders. Juwan Brescacin will allow the Stampeders to go first and goal. Chance here with a touchdown and a point after to tie this game. Tide absolutely turned after that turnover. Messam, touchdown. And the Stamps have ridden right back. Jerome Messam plows into the end zone. No need for a third down or second down. Quarterback short yardage play this time. They just give it to the big man. And
look at that push up the middle.
5 plays, 80 yards in 2:12. And now
watch the interior 3 on this run.
Now a 32-yard point after becomes huge. 2 minutes to play. Paredes ties it up. Back and forth they go.
You gotta eat. I gotta kill him for you. Let's go.
Jerome Messam carries the mail.
Baby girl, baby. Let's go.
Ties this game up. Strange turn of events. We've grown accustomed to this between these two teams.
Well, it really shouldn't go any other way, should it?
No, it shouldn't. They went to overtime in the Grey Cup game. The last 2 years in the stadium when they have met, they've gone to overtime. Last year ended in a tie. The year before, the Red Blacks won on a field goal in overtime. Punch, counter punch.
Yeah, third time tonight the game has been tied. Calgary has never had the lead, however, in this ball game.
Trevor Harris, it will be your turn in a moment. Deontay Spencer, Joshua Stangby are back. Stangby waits for a block, spins, belted downfield quickly. The Red Blacks will set up shop here for a 2-minute offense from near their 25-yard line. So Trevor Harris, in your first game, I guess, as the official starter of the Ottawa Red Blacks. In your era now, can you lead your team to victory?
Well, Harris's numbers are right on par with what he put up last season. He's 29 of 37, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Three-man rush. Harris, leaping catch, right at the first down marker. Greg Ellingson Ellingson. Well, Harris can pick you apart. What you don't want to do is throw a pick here.
And I know John Climby's been down on those sidelines clamoring for Ottawa to take the reins off a little bit and be a little bit less conservative. No longer protecting a lead, right? They seem to be in that ball control mode as they built a lead, and we're trying to hold on to it. We'll see if they open things up a little bit here.
Here's the blitz. Oh, tight coverage. Deontay Evans and Ellingson tangled up. But a 6-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Boy, this is tight coverage here. Ellingson hangs on. Far side. One hopper. So now 3rd down and 4, 1:05 to go. No hesitation. Brett Maher comes out, and Bo Levi Mitchell and the Stampeders will get the ball with a chance to win this game.
We were looking for a little bit of a shootout. The score hasn't been through the roof. It's been a great little back and forth ball game.
Again, the Stamps have not held the lead at any point. Maher. Big kick. Look at this. Finch bobbles at his 5. What a cutback here by Roy Finch. There he is. Roy Finch still on his feet. And what a return from the 5-yard line almost to the 35, and a late flag that is thrown, and it looks like it's going against Ottawa.
Oh, what a swing and field position that would create.
64-yard boot, 30-yard return from Roy Finch, who's hurt. And this might be 15.
Unnecessary roughness. Ottawa, number 10. 15 yards at the end of play. 1st down, Calgary.
Cedarius Bryant, guilty party here. Talk about getting out of a hole here. Roy Finch. And that was that late hit by Bryant that elicited another 15 right there.
Yeah, lowering the head and targeting is what got him in trouble there.
Finch walks to the sideline. Exceptional return. 50 seconds away from a possible Stampeder victory, or we go to overtime. Talked about the Stampeders' lack of discipline. Ottawa, too, racking up the penalty yardage.
126 penalty yards. Won't make Rick Campbell happy.
Paredes, his longest, 52 yards. Here we go. The Grey Cup rivals in a slugfest. Slant pattern right at the midfield mark for Lamar Durant. Key 2nd down now. 2nd in about 2, almost 3 yards. Mitchell fires. Incomplete. And so now 3rd and 2. With 29 to go.
To be a bit of a spacing issue with the receivers over on the short side of the field.
So Rob Maber comes out. Paredes not in his range, so Ottawa will get the ball back.
We've seen this from Ottawa a few times in this ball game. A lot of times you're trying to protect that ball from getting out of bounds inside the 10. You also, in this situation, you want to make sure the ball doesn't get into the end zone, so you've got 2 returners to cover the field. You don't want to give up that single, obviously.
I'm sure that was communicated. You got to hang on to the ball. Well, 21 seconds, and Right now, wait for it. It looks like these two teams are going to be working overtime again. Close rivals, East and West. Their records nowhere close last year. 15-2-1 for the Stamps. 8-9-1. But those ties, that came in this game right here at TD Place in the regular season. It tied in overtime.
Kind of anticipating that Ottawa will just shut it down and play for overtime here, particularly given the field position. Don't want to risk a fumble, don't want to risk an interception. We get in victory formation here and kneel it down and take your chances in OT. Worked out for them last time.
Are you talking tie formation? Overtime formation. Just wind it down here. Crazy thing about this rematch, we won't have to wait long to do it again. Next week, these teams in a quirk in the schedule. Early season, back-to-back they go, and they'll play in Calgary next Thursday. But right now, we are going to play overtime. And we're getting used to this stuff, not only here, but of course, 207 days ago. Back at BMO Field. Went to overtime in the Grey Cup.
Well, one thing we know, it won't end exactly the same way, because Henry Burris ain't throwing to Ernest Jackson.
Henry's watching from the stands tonight. Rick Campbell hoisted that Grey Cup, told us yesterday, it really hit him. And Rick's not the most emotional guy, but it really hit him in the offseason when they had the parade here, and they turned down Bank Street.
Yeah, and he saw the throng of people out there. Now, do you think these two guys are talking football or exchanging baby diaper changing stories?
Well, perhaps. One of the things that happened in the offseason, besides free agency and a lot of player movement and some rule changes, etc., with quarterbacks becoming daddies. Bo, Levi Mitchell, and Trevor Harris both becoming proud papas. Here's the shootout. Maximum of 2 mini games. Scrimmage from the opposition 35. You must attempt a 2-point convert. Basically, you've got a match. What do you like? Do you like having the ball first?
No, I want the ball second, because then you know what you have to do.
It's funny because some people would say, you know, and I agree with you, I want it second, but people like to, depending where you are, perhaps.
Okay, gentlemen, overtime, we'll have a coin toss. The visitors will call the toss. You cannot defer. You have a choice of offense, defense, or which end of the field that we start our first overtime in. There are no team timeouts. All challenges are from the command center. Do we understand? Yes, sir. The only clock in operation is the 20-second clock. Okay? All right. You're the visitors. You'll call the coin toss. Again, as a reminder, the team logo is tails. The CFL logo is heads.
Heads.
Heads. Heads is called. It is the head. You win the coin toss. Offense, defense, or which end of the field?
Defense first.
And which end? This end. Ottawa, first down at the 35, going this way.
Remember,
good luck, gentlemen.
In the Grey Cup game, after the shootout, Jackson scored. The Stamps had a chance to match and could not. So, just like the Grey Cup game, just like last July when we were here at TD Place, we're in overtime. In fact, the last 2 seasons, these two teams here in Ottawa have gone to the shootout. Last year a tie. 2 years ago an Ottawa win. Did you think we'd be here 6 or 7 minutes ago? It looked like it might have been a red-black lock, and that turnover completely changed everything.
Well, it really did. Ottawa had taken control of the game over the course of a couple of series. But the Calgary Stampeders You know, going back to last season, 16-2 doesn't happen by accident.
Oh, Stangby hangs on, upended, flag down.
Illegal contact. Calgary, number 56. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Ottawa.
Josh Stangby has made about 3 or 4 highlight reel catches here tonight.
Yeah, that one's a lot of abuse to take for a 6-yard reception, though, for me.
They get the benefit of the penalty, of course. First and 10, swinging it out. Down near the 20-yard line goes Jerron Kreiner.
Yeah, we talked about Jerron Kreiner being the guy who's actually playing Ernest Jackson's spot. He's been moved in to that role. That was an Ernest Jackson play within this offense, the kind of calls that Jamie Elizondo made to put the ball in EJ's hands last year.
Second down and 4. The Landers is in motion. Kreiner, Sinopoli, Ellingson loads in motion. They empty the backfield. Low toss, Sinopoli hauling it in. So first and goal. First up, the lead off here in this shootout. Trying to get to the end zone, get the 2-pointer, and then make Calgary match. See what they devise here. Patrick Lavoie in motion. Handing it off. The Landers just inside the 5-yard line.
Well, staying true to form here in overtime. The Ottawa REDBLACKS nickel and diming their way into scoring position.
Here's a key one, though. Second and 4. Stamps can make a stand here. They may force Ottawa into a field goal. The Landers and Lavoie in motion. Harris. And it's picked. Picked off. And the guy who really changed the complexion of this game, Jamar Wall, has an interception after it was tipped. And now the Calgary Stampeders can move this in position in overtime to win it.
On the Stampeders, we talked about whether you want to be first or second.
That's why you want to be second.
Here's an example of why, as you understand.
The previous play is under review by the command center.
Wall, second
The
defender
ruling on
from
the field
bottom.
stands. We have a change of possession in goal. The Calgary's ball, first down on the 35.
And now, with no points on the board, Calgary Stampeders right in their wheelhouse here to pick up a huge come from behind win.
But I mean, how's this for being in the right place at the right time? Jamar Wall, he got knocked down after trying to get a bit of a jam on Greg Ellingson. And he's down and out of position, and the ball gets tipped by Malik Harris and just lands in his lap.
Stamps can be conservative here, moving into position for Rene Paredes. Keep in mind, Paredes, even with a miss here, likely could just boot it through the end zone for the win. Rene getting ready.
Now we'll see if the Stampeders' goal here is just to keep the ball in the middle of the field to make it the easiest possible kick. Don't run anything to the outside if you're going to run the ball.
Surefire to Jerome Messam, so now we're looking at about a 37-yard boot for Rene Paredes. Key for the REDBLACKS here is to attempt to block this. Stangby is back.
Again, as much as there may be that temptation to put 12 up and go for the block, the fact is, as you pointed out, if there's a miss, you stay alive by getting it out of there.
Rene Paredes has missed it. And now Stangby has to get it out. Can you believe this? Don't go anywhere. Wow. Who would have thought that? Overtime continues. Well, we saw a miss last night by Tyler Krapinja when he had the game on his foot. Rene Paredes had the game on his foot in overtime. And what a break here for the Ottawa REDBLACKS.
And what a wild ride this fourth quarter has been. Here into the overtime session.
Okay, gentlemen.
So here's our second
Ottawa, your choice.
mini game.
We're going to this end. Offense or defense?
Ottawa takes defense to match this time. So Calgary will start. Again, this is our second game. So if the score remains like this after this game, that is the final score. Is a season supposed to start with this much ebb and flow? Quite a thriller again here tonight in Ottawa.
I'll tell you what, if this second game of the 2017 season is setting the tone for what lies ahead.
Well, they went to the wire last night. Overtime tonight. We've only just begun. Starts off our second mini game in overtime. What a catch by Markway McDaniel over the middle near the 20.
Well, this is kind of the office for Markway McDaniel. The quick slant. Clear it out with another receiver and just hit him coming underneath. Move the sticks.
Calgary now trying to set the tone here and make Ottawa match. No points in overtime so far. Bow, end zone, an overthrow. Jonathan Rose down there in coverage on Lamar Durant. As one of the majors in this game tonight.
A nice speed turn there by Jonathan Rose. His hips were turned to the outside. The stem on the route by Durant. Quickly recovered to make a play on the ball. Now, Markway McDaniel was involved in the blocking scheme, the protection scheme for Calgary on that play. Looks like he may have a stinger down that left arm.
This is a guy they could desperately use right now on second down.
You see McDaniel comes across the formation. He picks up the blitzing halfback, Jarrell Gavins. Pretty good collision between those two. And I think that left arm went a little tingly on him.
Very close to a first down after a huge pop.
You got to have some serious onions to take that hit and turn it upfield.
Oh. Jarrell Gavins on Jawan Brescison.
Takes that shot, not only holds on to the football, but spins the right way to turn it up.
Short of a first down by a yard. Short by a yard, so it's third down in overtime. Bo Mitchell stays in here. Well, they hand it off to Messam. They do.
Get on the bus.
Messam Express down to the 7, so first and goal.
A nice read by Messam, recognizing everybody's pinching down to the inside. He has the patience and the vision. Just let everybody take themselves out of position and then slide it to the outside for a relatively easy first down run.
First and goal here in OT. Mitchell under pressure. Anthony Parker. That was too low for him, but a couple cracks here. Here comes another huge play on second down.
Messam in the flat ahead of Parker on that one, trying to pull coverage out to open up that inside window. The Red Blacks did a nice job sitting on the inside.
Mitchell lets it go. So it'll be third down. Stampeders want an interference call.
Well, we'll take another look.
Rene Paredes is coming out. So Paredes, who missed what would have been the game winner to put the first points on the board in OT. And now Ottawa must match or with a touchdown win. Last July, Chris Milo hit a field goal for Ottawa to tie the game in the second overtime. It ended 26-26. So now, Trevor Harris, it's your turn. Once again. It's a wild one here tonight in Ottawa. A November game in June. And memories of last November in the air.
Well, if it feels like this in June, can't wait till Grey Cup Sunday here in Ottawa.
Three-man rush. Flag down. Stangby. Mauled there by Charleston Hughes.
And the spot will be interesting here.
Offside. Calgary, number 4. The 5-yard penalty remains first down.
So they'll take the 5 yards. So first and 5. Brett Maher, his first game back after season away with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Had a great night tonight. Red Blacks, though, would like to do what they did in Toronto. Win it with a touchdown. Here's the rush. Harris. Gets knocked down. So now second and 5. And if Calgary can hold them here, then it becomes a pressure-packed field goal attempt by Brett Maher.
A great swim move, inside swim by Charleston Hughes, one of the best pass rushers in the game. Supplies the pressure, impacting the accuracy of that throw.
Who will they go to here? Lavoie out there, Sinopoli, Ellingson, Kreiner, Stangby. They need 5. Quick hitter. No. And that was almost game there. Had they picked that off. And so now third down. And Brett Maher will have about a 37-yard field goal. What Rene Paredes had a few moments ago to win. This would be to tie. You miss. Calgary goes home with a W. Last July, these teams played to a tie when Chris Milo kicked a field goal on the last play in overtime. Brett Maher trying to do the same. this overtime stuff between these two teams. Can you?
We'll wait till next week to settle it.
We may see them, who knows, in November as well, maybe on this field. We can't wait to see them again. We get to see them next week in Calgary. The rematch of the Grey Cup rematch. And hard to believe, back-to-back years, overtime in the regular season here in Ottawa, both settled by ties.
Oh, a fitting end here. Now the Ottawa REDBLACKS, the defending Grey Cup champions, with expectations running high here. And Trevor Harris's time to take over. Sends a pretty good message that he looks to keep this team on top. Trevor Harris is tonight's Nissan Titan player of the game.
Brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the CFL. Rene Paredes had a chance to win it. Came down to the kickers again in OT. Brett Maher with a clutch field goal in OT. Just like November, they go to OT. Just like the last 2 years here, they go to OT. 31-31. What a way to start Friday Night Football in 2017. Great catches, some controversy, big plays, penalties. That's what you got to love about the CFL, folks. Good night from Ottawa. Sports Center on its way now.